Good evening. So first of all, thanks for everyone to make time. We had a capital market summit yesterday, and this is focused on really the developers and builders. And first of all, we have a lot of people here who I wanted to recognize from a KX perspective, Andrew Wilson and team, the core development team who built. And we also have some partners, EPAM and Data Intellect. People like Nataraj, who has joined us as a customer but now, and he's going to be talking about how we are accelerating GPUs, using GPUs. And we're actually going to do a lot of demos and actually show the real code. So first of all, I wanted to thank everyone who has made time. Um, I wanted to just set the context. Last time I was here, we talked about how KX now is actually evolving as a company. We are becoming a software-only company, but also go back to our roots. So I want to start with really what made KX unique and our core principles. Fundamentally, as a company, while we got started in 1993, same year as NVIDIA, performance, high performance has always been our DNA. So one of the things what you'll find today is that we are really going back to that. So when we talk about KDB-X, it's really about that exponential increase in not only speed, the performance, the accuracy, but also it's about really going back to make it really simple. The accessibility, the ease of use, some of the things what I'll go through what I presented last time. So that way we want to see if the team, I'm very proud what we have delivered. And it's really the time is important. Whether you use LLMs, everyone thinks LLMs are solving the problems all of you are building. So I'm sure everybody in the company is asking you, why not just use the chat GPT to do what you're doing? But it's not about sequences of words, but you all know that you're dealing with time sequence, time series, and how do you actually predict what's coming next at petabyte scale. So volume meets velocity. It's a different set of problems. And you also don't, generative AI is not just Gen AI, right? So those are some of the things but fundamentally, one of the things I want to point out is that we really wanted to be this mode of listening. I think, to be frank, we kind of got away from it for a few years. We kind of built things and said, okay, here's the products and the solutions and see how we can use it. I think all of you gave us feedback that we really need to listen to all of you and what your problems are and how do we help evolve. So that's really what I would say. We really focused on that. We took to heart, and it's not only designed for humans because we know that the solutions, what you're building is not just for humans. Now with agentic AI and others, agents are consuming. So it's really to help you to build systems which support both humans and agents. So what did we say last time when we met? Really, we talked about, we all know and love and you use KDB Plus in so many different industries, but it's really, we're building the next generation KDB Plus. What does it mean? One is based on your input. Number one, accessibility. It's not only easy to get started. For those of you who have been trying out the preview, you've gotten install and other things within seconds, you can get to value. The type of things what we provided, you'll see that. But more importantly, the number one ask for me in the last few years since I joined KX, make it a free, truly free, a license which doesn't expire, and use it for commercial use. So I'm very proud that we are releasing this. I'll talk about the announcement date when it's GA. Making it accessible, it's free for commercial use. We are delivering it and you will have it free. License won't expire, 16 gigabytes. Second is interoperable. It's the second most important thing is how can we make it open and interoperable? Supporting things like Parquet, Iceberg is very important. So we have that already in the tech preview. We have commitment to make that first class with the different use cases. So open and supporting, open source, as well as Python. We used to have just PyKX separately. It's actually now natively integrated. So it's unified. SQL, Python, they're not separate things. Third, AI. So many of you have been using AI in the sense machine learning libraries with Fusion. But what we did was to really bring both machine learning and deep learning for structured data, as well as more and more of you are using alternate data sets for unstructured and qualitative analysis. Is the first system which kind of unifies both time series and vector database into one, and you're able to process both workflows. It's in one. We have now the AI workflows and AI libraries available in this. And the last one is modularity. A lot of times people needed Q skills to load things, and if you have code you have built, how do you make it modular? How do you load it? I talk about this as our iPhone moment. You actually have an app store equivalent. So you can actually build applications. We are providing everything as a module. You can load them easily. It will be available on GitHub. And if you want to build your own modules, you can do that also. So that's really what we kind of talked about. So I want to say, where are we with these? This is really what we're delivering. We have got a accessibility, unified developer center. If you actually go to the developer.kx.com and see a world-class developer center, which makes it easy for you to get started with sample code, blueprints, tutorials. Jeffrey Borer, the original book on Q for models has been updated, and he was in New York Meetup. We also have academic courses available now. We have really good things which people can use, and we also made it easier for universities to adopt for free. Imperial College, Cambridge, MIT, Princeton, Carnegie Mellon, in fact, is a reference for this. They're using it in their coursework, PhD students. So that's something which we have done. So basically, it takes the risk out in terms of the number of people who adopt. Interoperability, I mentioned, we have maximizing the flexibility with not only Q, we have made Q better, easier to debug, support for Visual Studio Code, so you can use world-class IDEs to do that. And we are supporting Python and SQL, full ANSI SQL support, open file formats, whether you want to use on-prem or cloud. Some of the things what we're providing, it's all going to be available for you. Then I think the modularity, again, I feel like this is one of the most important thing, which is being able to use everything as modules and as an app store construct. And of course, the AI functionality. You should be able to use the libraries what we have provided, but if you bring your own, and including generative AI, so that's the fourth part. Then, of course, the middle of this, all of it is KDB-X is a unified platform, so it supports all this plus what we are announcing. It's really a community edition, which is free for commercial use with a non-expiring license. So that's, I think what we said, and it was in public preview. And what we've delivered is the community edition. If you see what's free, every capability I talked about is free. The only limitation is it's limited to 16 gigabytes of memory. So we're not taking anything away and saying you get 6. So you get 16 gigabytes, and we'll have full. If somebody wants to upgrade and get to full capacity enterprise support, obviously we'll provide that. But right now, what we are focused on is giving you all the capabilities in one unified platform. So, when is it available? In fact, it's November 17th. So you have a GA full team has already delivered most of the code. We are in final stages. I hope you all get a chance to take it for a spin. And thanks for those of you who've given us feedback. I really think that has been one of the most fundamentally what we have done is to get your time to actually provide us feedback. So everything from module management to the install, without your feedback, we couldn't have made it work. And every week, our team is releasing code. We were known as not a company which was transparent. We weren't talking about roadmap. We weren't getting feedback. Hopefully, we've shown that this is something which we're getting started. Obviously, there's more work to be done. And the transparency, the other thing is everybody says, well, you're providing a Ferrari engine, it's expensive. Now we're getting all this stuff, what is it going to cost? Not only it's free, I just have a mock-up of this year where we will have the pricing for KDB-X in the public. You can actually go and have a bar. We can, for example, 32 gig, it starts at $1,800 per month. So if you actually look at what you need to build in terms of what we're providing, whether you want batch processing, stream, analytics built in, AI, as well as the dashboards, which is also included, is not even close. Nobody even comes close to the value what we deliver. So you will have transparency. And of course, if you want to get enterprise license, you can talk to sales. So we're removing the things what you said. People are talking about KB is the best performing system. And then the last thing is some of the things what you'll see today. The high performance is not just based on CPU. We are supporting GPU, NVIDIA. We were at the conference with NVIDIA last week. You'll see the performance what Nataraj is going to show. You can do 5 to 10 times more backtest. You can run things which we never could think about. We have implemented key capabilities like as of join and other things, taking advantage of the GPUs. It's a game changer for somebody who is running end of day analytics, which could take 5 hours. You can do it in minutes. Literally, you can try out different simulations. And we are working closely with NVIDIA to make it much more high performance, and not only do for GPUs, but we're also looking at supporting the next generation architectures like Grace Hopper and Grace Blackwell, where the CPU and GPU have shared memory. So right now the limitation is the memory bus, data bus is a limitation. You couldn't take the data, all the market data to GPUs. So that's part of the problem we're trying to solve, is to make sure that you're not only using Monte Carlo simulations where you're not moving the data to the GPU, but if you're bringing petabytes of data, the market data, what we have. So that's part of the roadmap we'll have. So again, I want to thank everyone who is here, and we have really great stuff. So I'm going to turn it over to Connor to really talk about getting to the details of KDB-X. So thank you.